Shalom, 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 yashala. This your boy, Brother Samuel, back at you with another quick edifying video. Right, today's lesson is going to be called Fear None of Those Things. Right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right, the Hamashiach, right, and the Holy Spirit, right, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, right. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone from Tahar on down, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth, right. So, like I said, today's topic is going to be called Fear None of Those Things, okay. And we know that Esau likes to move and control the people by fear, and it's not because he wants to be the Most High. He wants to be the Most High, so he tries to maneuver and manipulate people with his fear, right? So he stages and does different things, to bring fear upon the people, to control them, to get them to do what he wants them to do, right? But we got to understand, that the scripture tells us that we can't fear none of these things, right? We understand that, the fear of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? That's wisdom. That's knowledge and understanding, right? That is a great thing, okay? And we need not fear man. We need not fear man, okay? Right? We fear not man, right? Let's get this real quick. It's the book of Psalms, 118 and verse number 6. Right? It says, Yahawah is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? Right? What can man ultimately do unto you? Right? Like Yahawashi said, if it wasn't given, the power wasn't given unto you by my Father, you could do nothing. So what can man do to you? The true fear should come from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? So it says, Psalms chapter 118 verse 6, it says, Yahawah is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? Right? What can man do unto you? Let's get this. Let's go to the book of Salakia. I want Salakia. Let's go to Revelation, right? Let's go to the book of Revelation. And let's go to 2 and verse number 10. I don't think I did it, Salakia. Revelation 2 and 10. Right? And it reads, it says, Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, right? And it's not, doesn't mean 10 days, it's just an accounted number, right? It could be, a year, it could be 1 day, it could be, 10 years, whatever, right? It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, but be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, right? So we can't fear, these things that man, will try to do unto us, right? What does it say? It says, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, right? And we know because the devil knows that he has but a short time, right? So he has to use the scare tactics, just like he did with the the jump shot. When people weren't taking it, what did he have to do? He tried to put fear upon people. Hey, you're not going to be able to go to restaurants and to buy stuff. You won't be able to go to the sporting events if you don't get this thing, right? He tried to put fear into making people take things and do things, right? This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Right? So, the devil knows that he has a short time, and devil means deceiver, and who is the deceiver of the earth, like it says in Job, right? Get the book of Job, chapter 9, and verse number 24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked," right? It's given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, right? That's deceiving, right? To cover the faces, oh no, that's not the people, or that's not, that's covering the faces of the judges thereof. It says, "If not, where and who is he?" Right? So who runs this world right now? Right? Who is the nation that runs this world? Right? They are the wicked, right? And the wicked, right? Is this the wicked? Hey, he's the devil. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? And he tries to use his fear to get to control people and to control the masses, just like he's going to try to do with the MOTB, Let's get that real quick, We can stay in the prophecy always. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, right? Because he's going to use fear and temptation to get you to take this. It says, Revelation 13 and verse 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that no man," right? This is that fearful, "that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name," right? So he's going to use that fear of, hey, if you don't take this, you won't be able to buy anything, you won't be able to sell anything, right? You're not going to be able to live in our society, right? He uses that fear. But it says, "Fear none of those things," right? Let's get this. Let's go to First Maccabee, right? First Maccabee 2, and let's go to verse 62, right? It says, "Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms," right? So his word is like crap, man, right? Fear not a sinful man. It says, "Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into the dust, and his thoughts is come to nothing," right? So we don't fear man, right? There's no reason to fear man, right? Because he'll be lifted up today, and tomorrow he'll be cast away, as dung, crap, he'll return to the dust, that he came from, right? So we got to understand it. Just like who was that? Was that Herod? And you can put in the comments, if I'm off, but he didn't give the Most High the glory. The Most High killed him right there on the spot, So this is what we got to understand. We need not fear man, right? We need not fear man, right? The scriptures tell us, right? Yahawashi tell us, right? Let's get this. Book of Maccabees, chapter 10, and verse number 27. And it reads, it says, "What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and that what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops," right? That's why we go out and we preach this gospel boldly, because we fear not. We don't fear man. We have Yahawashi on our side, right? And it says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell," right? So we should be fearing Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That's that true fear, right? Because we know that death becomes of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Death, life, um, wounding, healing. All these things come from Yahawah Shai when you read the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. Right? So we know that all these things ultimately come from Yahawah Shai. So we need fear not man. Right? It says, let's go with this. Let's go to Luke, right? We shouldn't fear, right? Because we have the Heavenly Father on our side. Matter of fact, I want to get that first. Let's go that. Let's go to the book of 2 Kings, right? So we need not to fear. And a lot of times, we fear is what was taught to us, when we were little, you think you could do anything, and then as you get older and then, people tell you, hey, you can't do that. Hey, you hurt, then we start to become fearful, and then we kind of shut down, and we don't, we don't want to, like, I don't want to go out there and, go on the highways and hedges and what if somebody sees me and then they think I'm a fool, and you get scared and you get fearful, right? But we got to understand, that, we need to fear Yahawah Shai more than anything, right? Let's see. Let's go to let's go to 2 Kings. 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse number 16. Right? And it reads, and it says, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Right? And as we can't fear man, right? We can't fear Esau, right? Or the devil that the Bible speaks of. We can't fear his tactics. We need to fear Yahawah Shai. Why? Because it said, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they be that be with him. And it says, and Elijah and Elisha prayed and said, Yahawah, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahawah opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Right? And that's what Esau just can't fathom. They want us to fear them. Hey, but we fear Yahawah Shai. Right? And what you see there is Elisha had prayed to open the eyes, and guess what? He saw in the mountains just mountains of angels, angels, right? It says, let me read it again, verse 17. It says, Elisha prayed and said, Yahawah, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahawah opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha, right? There was a whole slew of so-called UFOs, right? With angels in them, the angels encampeth around thee, so just understand that, we can't fear man, right? We should fear Yahawah Shai, right? Because right now there's angels that are encamped around, that you can't even see, That's where the true fear should come, right? Let's go to let's go to the book of Luke, right? Because we got to understand, we can't fear. We have to put our trust and our faith in Yahawah Shai, right? Let's go to the book of Luke, right? Book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse number 6, right? It says, Luke chapter 12, verse 6, it says, are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 farthings, and not one of them is forgotten before the Most High? It says, but even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. It says, fear not, therefore, ye are more value than many sparrows, right? The number of hairs are counted and numbered on your head. How much more of a value are you, than sparrows, and not one sparrow is forgotten and can be put to death without the Most High knowing, right? It says, are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 farthings, and not one of them is forgotten before the Most High. It says, but even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, ye are all more value than many sparrows. Right? So we can't fear what man and how they, the tactics and the words that they try to use to put fear upon us. And that's what they do. That's their whole system is set up to that, right? You watch the news, right, and all they put on the news is death and destruction, and to put that fear into you that you don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to go, man. This looks like it's dangerous over there, right? They push all these different tactics. They use the media, right? They especially use the media to portray the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, right, or the Israelite man, right, as being, just downright, cold hard. Like every man is a cold hard killer, and and this, that, and the other. Women grab your purses and doing all that stuff, right? But they use that to betray that, as them being the wicked, even though Jeremiah says that our people have surpassed the wicked in wickedness, but they try to use that own reverse psychology on our people, and get us to even fear our own people, and then put our trust in Esau, right? And he's the one who's really plotting to kill you and to do these different things to you. But just understand that the Most High, has counted every number of hair on your head, right? And you will not be forsaken, right? It said there are more for us than that be for them, right? And just because they can't see it. And when you go to the book of Maccabees, you can read about the story about the apparition that they saw, that these Edomites, I believe it was, they saw. It was a horse. It was a man standing on a horse, and it was two men standing beside him, and they started attacking this Edomite with a point where he couldn't see it. He couldn't see them, but the people who were with him saw. And they saw these angels like smoting them, and the horse kicking them and doing these other things. I'm just kind of paraphrasing. Right where the man was bent over, he probably thinking he got a stomach ache or something, sharp pain kicking him, but he doesn't even see, what these angels is doing to him, right? And they whooping on him, you know what I mean? Through the spirit, right? They don't understand that. We have the spirit of Yahawashi upon us, right? And we have the angels that encampeth around us. What do? They use the chariots, right? And that's why it tells you, we go into the book of Jeremiah, right? Book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse number 2. And it says, thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at it, right? So it's like you see all in the news, you see all these UFOs and, so-called UFOs, but we know those are the chariots of the Lord, right? And, Esau sees them, and Esau is freaked out. He's afraid of them, right? But we see them, and we understand, what they are, Even our forefathers understood them, when they were in the cotton fields, right? In the fields, doing the different things, and they were singing songs like "Sweet Low, Sweet Chariot, Come and Take Me Home." They saw the UFOs out there. They saw the so-called UFOs, I should say, but they saw the chariots of the Lord out there, and they wanted to take them home because they knew that this wasn't their home, They understood that, So our people, like I say, back in the week, we understood, and we're not fearful of that. The heathen are fearful of that. They're fearful of the sights that they see. That's why, it's called, a curse, the curse is upon them, upon this sinful kingdom, watching their ways, right? And we know that ultimately that Yahawashi is coming on, one of those chariots, and he's coming from the sky, right? That's why we're not dismayed at the signs of heaven, because we know, hey, the scriptures tell you, when all things come to pass, then look up, because your salvation cometh draweth nigh, right? We look up Because our salvation is coming from above. What does that mean? That Yahawah Bahasham Shai is coming, with the chariots, with the so-called UFO, right? Let's get this, right? Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. So we need be not fearful of man, right? Fear none of those things which Esau is going to try to do to you, man. Right? It says, for behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Right? But Yahawashi is coming in the cloud. And the cloud is the chariots, or the so-called UFOs, are likened unto clouds. They're likened unto a wheel on a wheel, a fire. They're called chariots of fire. There's so many different names for them, right? But these are those so-called UFOs, right? That you see in the sky, right? And it says, fear none of those things, right? It says, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, right? So we shouldn't be afraid when we see those things, right? But what does Esau try to do? They try to set up a fear tactic and tell you that, oh, these are like aliens, with with the gray bodies and the big heads with the long arms, like the ET type thing, man, right? But we are not ignorant, of Satan's devices, and we know, that he is the devil. He is a liar and a deceiver, So we know that those are the chariots of the Lord, right, with the angels, that are here to watch over us and to spy out this sinful kingdom. Okay, let's go to and we, like I said, we can't be fearful of what this devil tries to do to us, right? Let's go to the book of Second Maccabees, right? And this is a perfect one. Second Maccabees chapter 7, and we'll go to verse number 2. I'm just going to jump down to verse 29, but if you read, right, this book of Second Maccabees chapter 7, the whole chapter, right, it's a beautiful thing, man, right? It's of a mother and 7 sons who chose to die rather than to eat pork, right? And at this point back then, right, they used fear tactics, right? When you read down, right, they started to torture and kill each son one by one, right? So that each one saw it, trying to bring fear into the hearts, of the sons and ultimately of the mother, right? But when you jump down to, what is it, verse 29, right? Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 29, it says, fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of my brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren, right? So the mother was telling the son, hey, go ahead and take your death just like your brethren did, right? And I'm going to see you again, that I may receive you again, because we knew about regeneration too. Our people think that they're so fearful of dying, and this is it. And, not understanding that, the scriptures talk about regeneration or coming back, reincarnation. You come back, onto this earth again, right? And we knew that back in the days, right? So the mother was like, guess what? Don't fear what this tormentor can do to you. Understand that I will receive you again. You'll be regenerated again back on this earth, but you want to be, worthy, and acceptable of Yahawah Shemel Shai, right? So like it, let's go to, just got a couple more and I'm gonna close it out, right? So we need not fear none of these things that that Esau tries to place upon us, right? Let's go to Salakia. Let's do Joel, right? Let's go to the book of Joel. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse number 21. It says, fear not, O land, and be glad and rejoice, for Yahawah will do great things. right? When we know, hey, this great thing is going to be the day of the Lord, right? When he sends his only begotten Son back, Yahawashi, to come back, right, with the host of angels, right, and the chariots or the so-called UFOs, right, to redeem his people, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men and women, right, and children, those of the elect, right. They're gonna be saved, you know. So we can't fear the thing that man can do to us, right? We got to understand that we have to fear Yahawah Shem Shai, right? Let's go to let's go to Deuteronomy, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 31 and verse number 6. Right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 31 and verse 6. It says, "Be strong and of good courage." It says, "Fear not, nor be afraid of them." Right? We can't be afraid of, Esau and his ways. Right? It says, "For Yahawah thy power, he is, Salaki, he it is that goeth with thee. He will not fail thee nor forsake thee." Right. So when you put your trust and your faith in Yahawah Shem Shai, right, and you're surrounded by, your enemies, man, you got to put your trust and your faith in him, right? And that's what it was going into in the book of Psalm, right? Psalm 118 and I think it's verse 6. Right, it says, "And Yahawah is on my side. I will not fear what man can do unto me." Right, when you got Yahawah Shem Shai on your side, hey, what do you have to fear? But Yahawah Shem Shai. Right, so we got to understand that, right, and we can't be fearful of that. We got to put our faith and our trust in Yahawah Shem Shai, right, to overcome the temptations that he's going to try to do to us, because he's going to try to throw everything at us, right? If he did all that for the jump shot, what more the MOTB, right? Because all that was just a test run to see if the fear that he used would get people to do what he manipulated you to do, right? But let's get this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3. In verse 10, it says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation." So you put your trust and your faith and fear Yahawah Shem Shai. It says, "I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." Right? And it says, "Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast, that which thou hast, that no man taketh thy crown." Right? So we gotta understand that we can't, we can't fall into the fear of man, and of our enemies, right? Because guess what? We have Yahawah Shem Shai on our side, and if we keep that patience, right, and withstand the temptation, Yahawah Shem Shai has something great for us. That crown of life. Okay, what does it say in the book of Isaiah? Let's get that. Isaiah 41 and verse number 10, and it reads, it says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." Right? And that's what we got to understand. Yahawah Shem Shai is on our side, and we can't fear man. Right? Because what does it say in the book of 2 Timothy? All right, let's get that real quick. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse number 7, it says, "For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." It says, "Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord," right? "Nor of me, his prisoner," right? "But be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of the Most High." Right? We can't be ashamed, right? The Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, and we can't be ashamed, to profess this gospel and this truth, to this earth and to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, right? It says, let's see, Salakia. Let's go to and that's what the gospel is all about, right? The gospel is all about the good tidings, and preaching the deliverance of the captives. So understand that, even though we're in captivity, it might seem like all is lost and all. That's what these scriptures are all about the good tidings and the things that the wonderful joy that's about to come, because Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, right, is Yahweh's going to send his only begotten son, Yahawashi, to come back and to deliver his people, deliver the captives, from their captivity, right? And to take over the other nations and to rule over the other nations and put them at our feet, right? What is that? That is Salakia. What is that? Baruch. Let's go to Baruch, right? This is Baruch chapter 4, is it 25? Khan, Yahawashi. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thy enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and thou shalt tread upon his neck." Right? So we keep the fear of Yahweh Shemi Shai and just understand that, hey, the Most High's got something planned out. And guess what? It's going to be the destruction, of our enemies, shortly. So right now, while we are, going through our trials and tribulations on this side, just understand that on the other side, that shortly to come, we'll be able to stand upon the necks of our enemies, right? And rejoice, for the freedom, and with the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Okay? Just got a couple more and close it out. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go to the book of Psalm. All right? Book of Psalm 84. And we'll start at verse number 11. It says, "For Yahawah, thy power is a sun and a shield, and Yahawah will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly." Right? So if you put your faith and your trust in Yahweh by Shem Shai, hey, he will, no good thing will he withhold from you. It says, "O Lord, or Yahweh by Shem Shai of hosts, blessed is the man that trusteth in thee." Right? If you put your trust and your faith in Yahweh by Shem Shai, hey, you can't go wrong, But when you put your trust in men and you put your fear in men, right, then it'll lead to your destruction. Okay, let's go to the book of Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse number 3. It says, "Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them up about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart." Right? "So thou shalt find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Most High and men." So when you follow the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai and that please him, right? Hey, you'll find favor. You'll find favor. So you can't fear in this world, man. You can't fear man in this world. You need to fear Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, "Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding." It says, "In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path." Right? So when you're going through trouble and you think that all is lost, hey, put your trust and your faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. Put your faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? He can guide you through. Right? Let's go. Let's go to the book of Luke. Back to the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse number 32. And it reads, it says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." Right? And this kingdom is going to last forever. Right? We know that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So with us knowing that, we got to understand, that and our kingdom is going to reign forever. Each kingdom was given their appointed time, but the kingdom of Yahawashi is going to reign forever. Right? The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people are going to be on top forever. So when you think about your moment of fear of your enemy, right? Understand that, guess what? The fear of Yahawashi shall be much more, because guess what? He is that greater, and he's already told you what's going to happen. So that's why you should fear not man. Who cares what you're going to do? I fear Yahawashi, right? He that can kill body and soul, right? And let's get that, right? Let's get this last one. Let's go to the book of Psalm 111 and verse 10. And all throughout the scriptures, it tells you about, the fear of the Lord, right? The fear of the Lord is an important thing, This is Psalm chapter 111 and verse 10. It says, "The fear of Yahawashi is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praises endureth forever." Right? So the fear of Yahawashi is the beginning of wisdom. That's how you get your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's how you start off, with the fear of Yahawashi. Right? What's that other one? We got Job. What is that? 28. This is Job chapter 28, verse 28. It says, "And he said, and unto man he said, Behold, the fear of Yahawah, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding." Right? So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all things, of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, of life everlasting. It's to fear Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? That's why you can fear none of these things that are enemies, right? And we know who our enemies are, right? When you go to the book of Psalm, it lists them all. You go to the book of Psalm 83, 83 and 6, right? It tells you, the tabernacles of Edom, right? The Ishmaelites, Moab, the Hagarenes, Gebal, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre, Assyria is also joined with them, right, to help the children of Lot. These are our enemies according to the scriptures, right? And this, so we can't fear anything that our enemies try to do to us. We need to put our fear needs to be Yahawah Bahasham Shai, right? So with that, I hope this lesson has been edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Kahala Yahawah, Bahasham Mashiach Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakak Qadash. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Almighty Shalom to the hopeful elect. Stay strong, stay faithful. Right? Keep the fear of Yahweh by Shimei Shai. Stay diligent. Keep praying for one another. Keep fasting, and pray for the Lord to strengthen us, and help us to overcome, and help us to endure to the end, that we may see the downfall of our enemies and rejoice. And with that, Shalom.